Well, the advantage of working with a therapist is you're going to have a trauma-informed lens. Most therapists have that background in training. And with having that trauma-informed, you're going to put language to what's going on. These patterns of behavior, we don't want to just stigmatize or label that this person has this or that. We want to look at what's actually happening in the relationship. These patterns can be, it starts out, I'm walking on eggshells, it's hard to talk or have a voice in the relationship, to absolute control and disempowering the individual. So therapy will really help in addressing and unearthing those patterns. I think for those that feel safe and comfortable going to maybe a religious leader or someone in the community, the advantage of that is at least there's disclosure and someone that can advocate for getting better help or support. I think what's often concerning about people that might not be qualified is, what if I'm not believed? What if what's happening in my relationship is minimized? Or what if I'm told that this is normal? So many people end up feeling silenced or isolated in getting help, or they were told this is nothing, or you need to work harder on your relationship or marriage. And I think that can do a lot of damage, obviously, and create a lot of shame for that individual. So the advantage of having someone specialized in this is they're going to see that and recognize that and help put you on the right path to healing and taking care of yourself, which may mean getting out of this unhealthy, abusive relationship.
It's important that we highlight,
Yes.
like you mentioned, qualified individuals like yourself who can provide the necessary services. And obviously, if there's a diagnosis needs to be had, and you can provide it. I just think that that's something that, like I said, because I see it time and time again, where people will who are in positions of authority and power, but not realizing where their boundaries are. So because you might be an expert in the Bible or the Quran, that's very different from being an expert in psychology, or because you might have a degree, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're licensed and qualified to provide services. So that's a
Exactly. It's
question.
so vulnerable to tell anyone what's going on, especially when there's abuse or things that we don't understand ourselves. So you're opening up and then being told what their perspective is based on their experience, which may be very limited. And to be honest, I see this happen a lot, even with therapists in the field that might not have adequate training, especially as a specialist in sexuality. I'll work with a lot of clients that have been shamed by therapists or been told it was this or your fault or you need to do that or you need to, things that's not our job to advise a client one way or another. We're really helping to build that awareness and helping them make good decisions by educating them and giving them the tools. So I've seen a lot of that happen, even with qualified